Can the Indominus Rex take on and defeat the massive and deadly Carnotaurus? And it might be closer than you think. Jurassic World Rebirth is finna drop, and unfortunately there's not enough information on the new guys, so no D-Rex for you. But what about the original villain dinosaur of the new era, Indominus Rex, taking on the classic dinosaur villain, the Carnotaurus? Who will come out on top? Well, ladies and gentlemen, isn't that why we're here? Let's go over both dinosaur stats and their feats to determine a true winner. The Indominus Rex is the first hybrid, and they did not hold back, infusing her with T-Rex DNA, Raptor DNA, Giganotosaurus DNA, Cuttlefish DNA, and who put that in there? And because of these scientists and park owners are psychopaths, when crafting her, they made her a psychopath, destroying every single living thing in her path. Nobody was safe. She has to be one of the worst dinosaurs to deal with in the whole series. I'd rather be trapped in a room with a T-Rex before her. I'd rather be trapped in a room with raptors before her. I'd rather be trapped in a room with this guy before... Actually, I take that one back. Regardless, Indominus Rex is a serious threat. As a subadult, she grew up to 18 to 21 feet tall, ranges from 40 to 55 feet long. She's also pretty heavy too, weighing in from 6 to up to 10 tons, making her one of the largest dinosaurs in the franchise. And not only is she one of the largest, but she's also one of the strongest. She's clearly more powerful than the mid-tier theropods like Carnotaurus and Allosaurus. Allo can destroy RVs to a small building level degree, and Carnotaurus can survive an explosion that has a yield of destroying small buildings. So obviously Indominus Rex should be in this tier too. However, that's not the limit to her power. She can be argued to be even more powerful than that. Indominus Rex was capable of breaking and shattering the gyrosphere, which some of you are looking at the screen and thinking, this guy's hyping up breaking some glass? Well, the materials these are made of are actually far more durable than you think of, with a gyrosphere taking a smack from an Ankylo club. And Indom was able to crack it like an eggshell, which equates to building level. She would also dog walk the buck T-Rex, and he's able to slam into a bus at such a degree it would calculate to building level. To keep furthering the building level stuff for Indom, she can also slam through the aviary being made of powerful materials. So to pull off this, the Indom would need to have building levels of power, or possibly even large building levels of power. And the Moza is the top dog of the verse and has some large building calcs herself. Indom, while being in a pretty banged up state, survived getting clamped on and dragged into the abyss of doom. Since she didn't instantly get one shot, you can maybe argue she's large building as well. Speed! Indominus Rex is stated to be able to run up to 30 miles per hour, and she can react and handle with raptors that can travel upwards to 60 miles per hour, making her superhuman in all forms of speed. Her abilities are pretty solid too, possessing longer arms than her embarrassing DNA parent, attacked with Derazino-based claws, useful for some hacking and slashing, and an extended jaw with a bite force almost as powerful as the T-Rex. She has thermal vision and can even change her body temperature, and she can camouflage. Depending where this fight takes place, the Carno's not gonna have any clue to where she went. And what I think her best weapon is her intelligence. Outsmarting humans on multiple occasions, communicating and forming strategies with other species, and her adaptation is crazy. She got clocked in the noggin by the Ankylosaurus, and after that she learned to avoid the tail and its armor, flipping the Anky over like a depressed car, and then she finished the job. Along with her realizing her bite is not as effective as Rexy's, so instead she used her arms to completely counter Rexy's best weapon. So she's not your average dinosaur. Alright Carno, you better pack some heat, cause Indominus Rex is no joke. The Carnotaurus, top 5 best movie dinos of all time, zero debate. Y'all can't tell me you weren't filled with goosebumps the first time you saw this scene. I totally see the vision. And you might notice something. This Carno looks way bigger than his smaller cousins, growing upwards of nearly 25 feet tall and growing past 40 feet in length. And these guys are strong, throwing multiple ton iguanodons with no hands and pile driving several ton pachyrhinos into the dirt. Bro's gonna wake up the street scoliosis. These feats calculated the Carno to be at class 50 lifting strength, strong enough to lift and move 25 to 50 metric tons. To put that into context, the Carno can lift exactly half of DJ Khaled's weight. With all that weight they can push around, their kinetic attacks can calc up the small building level, along with some building level interpretation. But that's not what makes these guys such a big threat. The Carnotaurus aura was insane, having every dinosaur shook by just their growls alone. This included Baleen, a massive brachiosaurus who could knock down stone walls. This feat getting calculated from small building level all the way up to large building level. And for a high end, supposedly the surviving Carno smashing their way out of the rock pile can get deeper into large building level. In speed, the Carnotauruses were calculated to have some peak human running speed. So yeah, don't act like you'll outrun them. They're outrunning you. As for abilities, they're noted for enhanced senses of smell. And they're also equipped with bodily weaponry, loaded with amount of spikes and horns, but nothing really outside of that. In battle IQ and experience, these guys are masters of their element, hunting a wide variety of dinosaurs and even having different strats for different dinos, like the Carno knowing to attack the backside of the Pachyrhino. They're smart enough to know when not to engage in combat, and they have great stealth skills. Like, these guys, to put it lightly, they're not small at all. And yet they're still able to get the jump on a variety of dinosaurs. They're good fighters as well, utilizing all bodily weaponry they have, ramming into opponents with their horns, chomping on their homies with their powerful jaws, and like the Endom, they adapt to their opponents. Carno stayed getting punk smacked by every iguanodon in the movie, and being petty, while also adapting, they smack the iguanodons right back. They're not mindless monsters at all, and Endom have to bring her A game against these guys. So now it's time to answer, who would win in a fight? This battle will take place in an open field. We'll be using a larger male Carno and a prime sub-adult Indominus Rex. What's the advantages of each fighter? For Indominus Rex, she should have the speed advantage, IQ and battle IQ advantage, agility advantage, weaponry advantage, stamina advantage, and ability advantage, and kind of an AP and durability advantage depending where you scale her. As for the Carno's advantages, size advantage, weight advantage, defense advantage, experience advantage, and probably a strength advantage, with an AP and durability advantage using the higher ends. So how does the fight go down? Well, while using a small building to standard building ends, I think I have to lean towards Indominus Rex. She has pretty decent speed gap over the Carno while possessing better abilities and battle adaptations. Carno's not too different from Rexy in terms of an anatomy, so like last time, she can go slap for slap with her claws and try to keep them jaws closed, along with inflicting her own deadly bites. And considering she's faster, she can definitely land more of these hits. The Carno's gonna even struggle to tell what's going on. I'm hyping up Endom a lot, but this shouldn't be as easy as taking down Rexy. The Carnotaurus is larger, and unlike Rexy, they have means of fighting outside of their jaws, so they do have ways of fighting it back even against the Indominus Rex Long's claws. Endom has better building level scaling, and she's faster and likely could adapt to the Carno sooner, giving her the chance to lock in on that W. I'd say in the small building to standard building tiers, Indominus Rex should win mid to high diff. But what about their large building stuff? Does it change? And you know, it actually does. Carnotaurus would be deeper into large building, making it harder for Indominus Rex to pull off the move she did last time. Carnos could tank more of her attacks and react by hitting her with attacks she will feel in the morning, dealing critical damage. It'll be hard due to the Endom's greater speed and crazy endurance. Even when she was getting jumped by everybody and their mama, she was still ready for smoke. But overall in this meta, I say Carnotaurus would win mid to high difficulty. But what do you guys think? Do you think Endom or Carnotaurus wins? What metas do you find yourself leaning towards? There's a bunch of calcs for these guys. Some are good and others, not so much. So if you have any extra stuff you know or discovered, be sure to share it with me in the comments below. With all of that out of the way, I'll catch y'all later.